Hi Hals and Z. Been a little bit of time since we had lunch, but last time I sent you a chart. We were trying to work out an Elliott wave situation on what Ext was using and where it was going, whether it was the green or the black. Okay, and based on the fib sets there, where we were sort of looking up to the tops of 14 odd bucks at that point, whether it was doing the black line and it do an ABC. Okay, down here to roughly around about the $8 mark. Okay, and then back up again to do a 1, 2, another 3, and then it'd be a 4, and then another 5. Okay, so basically what's happened is when I did this chart I forgot to save it properly and I've had to redo it, which is rather good because the one I've redone is a little bit more accurate. At the point that we were looking at this, our indicators were basically telling us it's coming off all over the shop. Okay, so what's happened now is let's go to the new chart. Okay, which is basically here. I've readjusted the GAN fan. Okay, the speed and resistance lines seem to be working quite well with this chart. As we can see here, we've picked up a nice little daily hammer, had a little gap up. Okay, the standard error band wants to go up along with the 7-day moving average. Okay, we can obviously see that it's using a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B, C. I was a little bit concerned at first that the 3 wasn't long enough. It didn't look like a very big 3, but we had an exceptionally long 5, so either this should have been a 3 here and that a 4, but I thought that was quite obvious here. But anyway, it's open to suggestion. If anybody wants to tell me any more, they're perfectly welcome. You see here on the daily 30-day moving average as well, it has decided to start to turn. Okay, so we've got the little standard error channel in here, the 7-day moving average starting to turn. This candle is sort of bumped up against this fib a little bit and has found a little bit of resistance here, but I think it'll be fairly well short-lived. Where we have the 1 is a very good question. It may be anywhere along these lines here. Okay, on the daily chart. What you'll also find on the daily chart is you have a look at the indicators. Everybody is definitely on the up. Scholastics, the only thing yet we haven't had is a big volume increase, but it is better volume increase since that little hammer on the daily there. It has increased more. Okay, at the moment you'll see the Dema filter has definitely turned again, and it's got into a bit of an oversold range in my book. The Dema around about 54 is roughly a buy. Okay, the short entry has definitely been triggered here on the stock again, so we should then have a look and just see where she goes from here. Okay, also RSI has definitely turned up from overbought. Okay, minus 30, which you would expect every time it would hit that. It's very much like CNX. It hits the minus 30 and bang, off she goes again. So that's basically what we're looking at here on the daily chart. I'll also show you a few other things here. By redoing the chart, I've got a better fib set. I feel they all seem to match in so much better than what they did before. So you're now looking at $15 is what it's saying on the daily chart, and it's still throwing up the 80 on the 161, okay, and the 261. Okay, so something to bear in mind whether it gets there or not. First, it's got to get back up through all these levels here. It might just come straight back up through here, come back, retest the old top as support. Okay, the old resistance is now becomes support. I'll just quickly have a look at the weekly chart for you. Its indicators at this point haven't changed. Okay, they haven't turned up as a buy yet, but we have one obvious thing here as a buy signal, is this hammer. Okay, and it's quite a big hammer and quite a lot of rejection. It traded down to the 30-day moving average. These two are about to cross here again. Don't forget, a weekly chart takes a little bit more time, but yeah, I'd expect the stock to start moving back up to these two moving averages in the standard error here at least, and then go on to retest the older high. At the moment here, the MACD hasn't triggered a buy, nor is the Scholastic. Our Deemer is still sitting around about 65, so you can turn and go again. Okay, our little short entry triggers are basically just starting to trigger on the weekly, and the weekly RSI has decided to turn up again. So all in all, I'd say it's looking pretty good for Ext. It looks like it's definitely come back onto the plan. So yeah, I just sort of take it from here and just see what happens, but it looks very strong to me on the charts.